So this is a super random idea for a video, but I've been thinking about it a lot recently, and then I thought just now about making it into a video, and it made sense. I haven't seen people do this before. I wanted to talk about my favourite couples on YouTube. Something that you don't obviously think about when you try and like improve your relationship with relationships, but watching other people online consensually share parts of their relationship in a way that you might not see your friends share your relationship, or might not be comfortable or really want to see people in your real life share their relationships. It's kind of like a really weird healing process. I've had like a really nervous kind of time around this idea of commitment and this idea of like relating to people and for how long, if I want to do a relationship, in what style I'd like to do a relationship, and seeing these varieties of relationships online, seeing how they relate to each other and all the different ways that are possible is really helpful, and it's really helped me like kind of heal my mind from my own experiences and my own limited geographical location and my own limited years. I wanted to just share my appreciation for 5 of them today. So the first one is Shanboody, and she's the one I've been watching most recently. She does loads of videos with her partner Jared, and they talk a lot about their open relationship. What is as interesting is how they talk about how other people react to their relationship, not just what goes on within it, but how everybody else is like bouncing off it. She went on The View and was challenged by lots of like kind of old school Republican Americans, and she reacts to that as well, which is really interesting. And while pursuing an open relationship isn't something that I think is right for me, it's really interesting to hear how their idea of an open relationship interacts with this really inherent and quite damaging idea of like ownership. How we try and encourage your partner to be the best version of themselves and to change, but also trying to lock down their future. They have these couples debates where they face each other, but there are more than one camera, but it's not in like a kind of TV way. I don't know. There's a really natural way of like conducting a conversation on YouTube, and I found it really helpful. Jessica and Greg. Jessica I've talked to quite a lot online. I love her. She's called Foolish Oats and she has a great channel. She hasn't been making stuff recently, but she used to feature lots of stuff about her relationship with her now husband, Greg. She owns horses, she's great at graphic design, and their relationship was like really like lovely to watch grow. They were neither over-guarded or over-sharey in the way they did it, which I really liked. And my favourite video of theirs, which is still up, is one about how they read aloud to each other, and they talk about the books they read aloud to each other and why they like it. And it's something that never occurred to me would be a cool thing to do in a relationship, but I was like, I want it. Julia Nunes is one of my favourite online musicians, and she has a girlfriend called Danielle. I've talked about Danielle on this channel before. She makes great videos about toxic relationships with parents, decluttering, androgynous fashion trends, ethical clothing. She's great. On both of their channels they do videos together and they're all bloody adorable. Julia comes and sits on Danielle's lap and sings her in like a special intro to each of her videos. My favourite video to do with relationships with them is one that Danielle made called How to Find Your Dream Girl, about being really purposeful about the kind of relationship and the kind of person you want to be around the person that you're with. It's creepy, but in my head I kind of see them as big sisters, and I think that their relationship has this great energy to it and patience that is a really like cool combination. I don't know, I really look up to them. I think they're cool. Connor and Brittnay I've been absolutely obsessed with, especially Brittnay's channel where she talks about, basically I found, what I'm trying to admit here is that I found Connor and Brittnay's channel because I often now purposely fall into very deep YouTube holes. One of the weird rabbit holes I went down was like RV tours and van tours. It was born of an obsession with little homes, but I digress. I found Brittnay and Connor's channel, and they are minimalists who live in an RV and do loads of acro together and make all their businesses online. I found their life really fascinating and they've inspired me a lot. I'm not about to sell all of my possessions and start sun-salutating and eating papayas, but I'm not about to sell all my possessions and do loads of sun salutations and eat papayas, if you get me. I think they're really cool and I'm not sure what to do about it on a practical level. However, together they have a channel called Brittnay and Connor, and they also have a partnership but that is open, and they kind of, it's interesting how people refer to themselves when they have an open relationship, because I think it, especially if they do or don't act on it, it really says a lot about like their intentions toward the other person and how they see the other person rather than what their sex life is like. They do really anti-shamey, videos about sex and how they view their relationship, how they invite other people in their relationship, which again isn't something that, like, you can even see that I'm stumbling over it. It makes me a bit nervous, and I think it's interesting. I don't really want it for myself, but I think it's really, I don't know, I just want to hear what that is like and really understand it. Brittnay makes honest vlogs while Connor is on a date, saying how she feels about Connor being on a date. They invite other people that have been part of their relationship to come on screen and talk to them about it. What it means to be a minimalist and date, what it means to travel and date. I love it. We need more adjectives for awesome humans, because there are too many out there and I keep saying the word awesome, and I'm aware it's not as fully impactful as I'd like it to be. Bri and Candice, two Irish gems whom I love. This is the kind of relationship that I tend to be in. The satirical ones that are full of joking and teasing and are very dry, and I love the way they present themselves online, because they don't shy away from their affection for each other, but they also are, in my mind, like, first and foremost best friends. That's how they present themselves, and I fucking love the way they do it online. They're so 100 miles an hour banter circus, but you can tell that they can be like that because they really love each other, and it's they also do loads of stuff about gender and how Bri in particular identifies as, like, not feeling completely comfortable with being masculine, and Candice being viewed as less feminine sometimes, and how they see gender in their essentially very heteronormative relationship that also isn't completely binary in gender expression and has a lot of nuances in it. And I could hold their relationship up to the light and see that it's transparent and yet full of glitter. Am I tired? I don't know. The time is 2 a.m. Oh yeah, Rose and Rosie. Rose and Rosie. They're the people I've been watching longest as, like, couple on YouTube. They're a couple. They're hilarious. I've been watching them since the webcam days, and I think if I ever met them, I would die. Thanks for watching this weird idea for a video. It's good to stop idolising couples in films and on TV and start watching real couples enact their real lives and be a lot more honest about it. I think there's a bit of, like, a kind of pretty well-grounded resistance for YouTubers to share their relationships online, but I'm always grateful to people that have, in a really effective way. And as somebody who's struggled with, like, working out what they want out of a relationship before, I can't neglect or really look away from the fact that these people have really helped me sort all those things out in my head and help me move forward. So thank you to those people. Oh, this has been a bit warm and squishy, isn't it? I was a bit uncomfortable. I should probably do some banter. No, I'm too bantered. I'm bantered out. Britain during the snap general election at the moment is absolutely bantered out. There is no more banter at the bar. We're tired. We're sick of voting. All we want to do is that as a country. Okay. Thanks for watching. Frog Smug out. My